DJ himself turning it in beautifully and putting it over the bar, and he's now got a goal and 4 points.
Number 20 is Peter Canavan, the All-Ireland final of 2003. You know, he was injured, not expected to play. In fact, maybe he shouldn't have played at all. But he was so important to Tyrone. He prevailed upon the manager and the manager on him to go out. What did he do? 5 points he scored in the first half and became the top scorer in that All-Ireland final. Then he had to go off, get treatment, and then he reappeared out of the tunnel. And all of Tyrone lifted themselves, and the team too. It was a fantastic moment. It's moment 20. Remember to text moment 20, and if you call us by phone, remember to key in 20.
I'm not finished yet. It took me a long time to get here.
For years, Peter Canavan had lived with this tag of the greatest player to never have won an All-Ireland title. His chance came, another chance after losing the 95 final, in the 2003 final, a local derby, an all-Ulster final against Armagh.
I actually picked up an ankle injury against Kerry in the All-Ireland semi-final. That virtually ruled me out of the final.
Myself and Peter had a long conversation, and we determined that it would be better, to have him on at the start, because it would be a big setback to both the players and the Tyrone spectators if he wasn't fielding. So he says, right, we'll give it a go at the start, see how long you can last, and if you're feeling the pinch, we'll come off, and we'll not rule out a return to the fray. In fact, I spent the first 7-8 minutes of the second half in the changing rooms getting a painkilling injection in the ankle. But I was delighted then just to get the opportunity to come back on again.
This is great play by the management of Tyrone, bringing back Peter Canavan to give them the vital leadership for the remaining 7-8 minutes of the 114th All-Ireland final. They're using up the 5 subs now available in a way that many coaches have not done, in my experience, in the past championship season.
And that was a great boost at the end to bring him in again. I suppose something hadn't been done much before, but it worked well for us on the day.
Probably a big gamble from Mickey's point of view, because if Tyrone had lost that game, there would have been an outcry. Why did he bring on a man that wouldn't fit to run or wouldn't fit to play? So the fact that we won, people will see it as a masterstroke.
We had a lot in common in terms of our will to win, and it was nice that a neighbour of mine and one of my own parish would be the captain of the team at that time, and ultimately would collect the Sam Maguire.
I can't think of a better position or a better place to be in right now anywhere in the world than where I'm standing. Walking up the steps to knowing that I was going to be the first thrown man to lift the Sam Maguire will be a moment that will definitely stay with me for the rest of my life. I think I've said enough. It's time to take Sam to